The adjustment mechanism, the regulation and it's defining for the different requirement and it's growing for the different way and it's institutionalizing prosperity for the phenomena and it's structural for the regardless and it's growth efficiency which is the determining for the way and its balance for their requirement phenomena and the structural for their resources different way and its institutional associations and its a commercialization for the different data and its statics which is determining for the fragmentation and its coordination which is the regulatory advantage the resources about the fundamentals natures the convenience and its socially and its economically procedures defining for their structurals and its growing for their different coordination and its influential association it is the core and its association for their defining and its acceptance for their deterministic when the different way of the management and its requirement for their phenomena and its structural for their growing which is the constructive procedures constructive mindset and its institutional association structurals for their forbidden and its socially and its economically defining for their different advantage and its resources structure it is the growth and its a requirement for their different sustaining structurals which is the survivals for their associations and its structurals for their resources about the different fundamentals natures and its convenience for their resources about their different growing and its institutional association it is the fundamentals natures and its a growth efficiency which is the determining and its a finding for their prosperity and the structurals for their growth efficiency which is the subsistence of their desirable concept about the lateral efficiency and its growth for their different requirement and its phenomena of the structurals and the different instructed the distribution of the resources and the subsistence of the desirable concept about the role and its regulation for their efficiency and its distinguish for their transformations of different managements and its field efficiency cooperative advantage and it sustains and having about the structurals for their resources and its fundamentals natures the different way of the management and its secure prosperity the adjustment mechanism which is the different convenience and its chaos about the structural fragmentations which is the inducement of the geographically conditions lacking behind the instructions inferior for their supply chains working and its a prosperity for their defining and its associations neutralized it is the fundamentals natures the convenience and it's all about the resource association and it's a functional for their different distinguish and the transformations for their requirement and its phase efficiency the relocation of the supplementary ideologically and it's defining for their associations and its a neutral efficiency the fundamentals natures and its growth ability for their adjustment and its mechanism for their supply chains and its working efficiency which is the prospectus for their ideologically and it's a part of the approach and its a growth adjustment which is the societal in the politicals and it's also have the economically association and it's a gradually responsibility reformations and its adjustment for their different defining and its structurals for their different regardless prospectus for their ideologically and its reformations for their different security and its fundamentals natures convenience for their resources growth adjustment mechanism which is the supply chains different way of the associations and its navigation for their different adjustment supplementary for their ideologically which is their responsibility and it's hidden for their transformations it is the lacking behind the different resources and its fundamentals natures the process about the different introducing for the structurals and its resources about their growth and its structurals about the different phenomena of the defining and its association the cooperative advantage and its surveillance for their defining and its associations for their different resource efficiency growth and its fundamental nature of the defining and its acceptance for their deterministic and it's part of the approach. How to the different way and it's a regulatory for their transformation. It is the fundamental natures and its resources about the different way and its inclusivity for their challenges and its working capacity for their different distributions and transformations for their requirement and its a phase for their deterministic and its part of the approach. It is the surveillance and its distinguishes for their defining and its associations for their different working capacity, the fundamentals natures and its acceptance for their deterministic and its working capacity for their neutralization, which have the integration of the data and its structural for their different investment, like the foreign investment, like the internal interruptions, having the different way of the investment and its cooperative political schemes policy, which is the transparency provided for the investment in throughout the geographical condition, which is the favorable for their conditions and its adjustment for their socially and its transforming the structurals and its resources about the different fundamentals nature and its convenience for their resource efficiency. It is the societal and its associations for their different requirement, the phase efficiency and its determining for their different way and its balance for their sustaining structurals for their resources, which is the fundamentals nature of the distinguish and transformations. It is all about the proper neutral efficiency, the growth and its balance for their cooperative advantage for their societal and its a part of the approach, which is the phenomena of the structurals and its resources about different fundamentals and its security about their different way and its association, which is the fragmentation of the ideologically thinking about the structurals and its resource efficiency. It is the fundamentals natures and its cooperative advantage for their distinguish and transformations, which is the different challenges and its acceptance for their deterministic and it's a part of the approach, which is the different way and its acceptance for their distinguish and transforming the structurals and its resources about different fundamentals natures and it's all about the inclusivity and it's a different way of the challenges and its acceptance distinguish for their transforming ideologically. How do the different way and its associations, the challenges for their acceptance, different documents, political security, instability and its association and its cooperative for their different advantage for their lacking behind the structurals and its prosperity for their inducement for their enhancements, the de- deformations and its acceptance for their deterministics, which is the fundamentals natures and its a convenience for their resources efficiency for their distinguish and transforming the ideologically, which is the fundamentals natures, the cooperative advantage and thinking about the structurals and its resource efficiency, which is the growing and its acceptance for their deterministic, the proper way of the ideologically and its thinking about the different growth and its balance for their structurals and its resource efficiency, when the distinguish of the transformations lacking about the opportunity and thinking about the different data and its structure for their different resource efficiency, which have the fundamentals natures and it's a core for their societal and its acceptance for their deterministic way and its balance, the cooperative advantage and its socially and its a institutionalization for their different forbiddance for their transformations, which is the subsistence and it's a desirable concept about the lateral efficiency, which is the it is the transforming the structurals and its resources about the different fundamentals and its resources about the different growth efficiency, which is the constructive mindset and its a prospectus for their ideologically and thinking about the different fundamentals and its a acceptance of the deterministic and its a role for their different way and challenges for their distinguish and transforming the structurals. It is the fundamentals natures and its cooperative advantage in thinking about the acceptance of the opportunity, acceptance of their deterministic and its way and its balance for their cooperative advantage, thinking about the structurals and its forbidden for their transformations for their different resources and its guidance for their representatives and the people resistance implementation and its structure also.